Hello guys, I made $6,000 in one single trade for the very first time of my life since I started trading, guys. I actually risked 25 pips to go on and make about 300 pips in one single trade. So guys, I'm going to be sharing with you, this is the two trades I took using a lot size of 1.35 each. I was able to make $3 each from these two trades that I took just on one single setup, guys. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys this. Not only am I going to be explaining how to buy and sell in this video like usual, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a result. So you want to watch this video till the end, guys. I'm going to come back to this account and I show you with details, including the entry price and the exit price in my account, right? So you want to watch till the end. If you want to transform your trading around, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, right, by hitting on that subscribe button and notification bell. Click the thumbs up button so that you continue seeing amazing content like this, and make sure you watch the video till the end. See you. Okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. Okay guys, we are going to go straight to the analysis. This is the entry point where I entered the trade, right? So I'm going to share with you why I was able to catch a very high risk to reward ratio doing a top-down analysis and using my SMC's entries. Now, if you look at it very well, you see that we have an uptrending market here, right? BTC, which is one of my favorite trading pairs, guys, BTC US dollar. So now you see that price is creating series of higher highs and higher lows, right? So as price, it moves normally, price will usually always pull back. When you move, it pull back. So you see now that in this space we have what we call a fair value gap that have been created here. This fair value gap is a result of the hedge fund, the institution that were able to push price like this. And when that happens, they are usually going to leave behind this candle, which is an order block. Now, the order block is also a point where many orders are being placed by the banks, right? When they take their first trade, they are going to move price like this, leaving an imbalance, which is a sign or a footprint of the availability of the banks. They will usually leave the remaining orders at this order block here. Now, when price pulls back to the order block, guys, we don't just enter, as you guys know, right? At this point in time, you see that most traders who just jump in to enter this order block from the traditional demand and supply trading courses, you see that they are going to get stopped out because traders get induced, right? So if you want to get the kind of sniper entries that I get, first of all, wait for this inducement. Now, because when price comes and retests this zone, most people are going to be selling, buying and placing their stop losses below here, and price make sure that it clears these stop losses before it makes the move. But yet that is not how we entered, right? So what we did now, I did is this. After observing this, what I do is I now go to a smaller time frame. Now in the smaller time frame, I know that this candlestick close above here, it shows that price is going to move after the liquidity have been cleared. Remember, liquidity is what we call fuel. It actually fuels price, because for these banks to able to execute the remaining orders, they have to stop many traders. In a smaller time frame, there are many traders who actually see these zones to be support and demand, right? Every time frame has its buyers and sellers. So at this point in time, they are going to be buying and selling, right? Buying here, most especially for those people who enter based on order block. So what I do now, after the liquidity have been cleared, which will permit price now to move upward, I move now to a smaller time frame. 5 minutes time frame is one of my major entry time frames, right? And when I drop to 5 minutes time frame now, after identifying this, right? Okay, so now when I drop to 5 minutes time frame, because I already know the narrative, liquidity have been cleared, the zone have been respected, many traders are still going to be selling here thinking maybe breakout or breakout block, whatever. But now I understand the narrative that these stop losses were hit because the banks had to stop out most people here, induce people first of all here, and then there's other people who entered below also got stopped out. And now what I do now is I look for what we call confirmation. Now this confirmation is based on what we call the change of character. Now you see that here at this point in time, price before hitting this zone, it was creating series of lower lows, right? It creates series of lower lows, it creates series of lower lows. At this point in time, if price goes back and break through this previous low, right? Because you see that all of these lows were not being broken. We call it a change of character. So this change of character is because it shows that there is going to be a shift from that downtrend that was formed to an uptrend. So we now mark what the other block here and then wait for what the next liquidity in the small time frame, right, to take our buy trades. In this situation, we are going to have just a very small stop loss here and we catch the entire move. Now you see that in the bigger time frame, we have identified what actually happened here. We have identified that liquidity have been cleared from the bigger time frame. Now in this smaller time frame, we have had what we call a change of character. So if you see here, you are going to see that we have what we call what a change of character. Okay, so we have had this change of character here because price has closed above there, because actually this is the high that led to what the low. It actually broke structure to create this low, but now it has gone back and broke this line, because you see this is what happens. So at this point in time, we want price to pull back to this zone for us to be looking forward our entries. So what we do now is we are actually going to be looking forward our various confirmation. But now if price just pull back abruptly like that, we don't enter, right? We ensure that, because when price is coming back like this, it does not create another liquidity zone, right? I want to share with you guys, watch carefully how I was able to take this trade. At this point in time, we have this zone to be our order block here, because this other block is being created, or this other block has been created that led to what this zone. You can see the imbalance that have been created. So it's just the opposite of what we're explaining from the bigger time frame. It created this imbalance, and then what happened? So in the 1 minute time frame, you are going to notice that we have liquidity that's lying here, because there will probably be, retest. Like I said, in every time frame we have buyers and then we have sellers, right? And the banks will always want to create something close to a point of interest that will induce many people to enter before price finally moves. So you see what happened. Now this is the other block that we have identified, right? Remember, this is the change of character. Price change character by creating this new high and pulling back. We have this imbalance that have been created here. So when this imbalance is created, what happened? We are expecting price to respect this other block, right? This is the other block that have been created here. So we are expecting that price is going to respect this other block here. Okay, so when price comes back to respect this other block that have been created, that's where we are going to enter, and this other block become very effective, because at this point in time we have equal lows that have been created. These equal lows here will make many people to be buying and selling, so we have liquidity. When price comes to another block and clear liquidity before the other block, it makes the trading opportunity very good. So as price reject more than once, what I will do now is that I'm going to enter with a buy. I'm going to place a buy limit order below this zone here. Okay, so I place this buy limit order here. Now I go back to a bigger time frame. My target is going to be based on the bigger time frame, right? Something like this area that price actually created. This, guys, I'm going to, this was an amazing trading setup, guy. I've never taken this kind of trade setup. So if you go back to a bigger time frame, you are going to see that this is the high that we had at that point in time. So we actually mark out the high like that, right? And then remember, liquidity have been cleared both in the smaller time frame and in the bigger time frame. So we will place like this, and then our stop loss like that, guys. You see now that price will most likely come back to trigger this order in the 1 minute. Remember, our analysis is based on both the 1 minute and the higher time frame. We already know what has happened in the higher time frame. Other block have been respected in the higher time frame, liquidity have been cleared. So at this point in time, we got executed. We entered the trade here, right? You see that sniper entry, right? So at this time, what we have to do now is to just fold our arms and watch, because price is most likely going to move up. Because first of all, going back to the H1 time frame, I will share. So if you look at it, you see that the other block in the 1 hour time frame have been respected. Liquidity have been cleared on that E. So we were actually looking forward this entry based on the 1 minute time frame. So from that 1 minute time frame, we already got a sniper entry based on our confirmation, right? And the confirmation was because we had what, a change of character in 1 minute. So with the change of character in 1 minute, we also mark out what the other block. I'm just taking a recap, the other block that was in the 1 minute time frame. So we mark the other block, and then we look at the liquidity before the zone. That's where we are going to be entry. Now you can see that as price came back now to the 1 minute order block here, this is the 1 minute order block here. In fact, my stop loss was not even this much. My stop loss was just below like this, right? So with this order block here, what we do now is we execute our entry, and then you are going to see that price most likely is going to move right to target, guys. And I've actually showed you guys, and I'm still going to show you guys how I was able to make 6K from this one single trade. All right. In fact, in order to save time, you can go to a bigger time frame. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at what happened. Look at the risk. It was more than 300 pips, and the risk was just 25 pips, guys. And I've showed you guys. Let me go back. Let me show you guys this thing that we brought. This was the analysis that we did on our mentorship, right? This the mentorship. This when price was here. I actually executed this trade because it was actually at night. It was during the Asian session in which this trade was executed, right? And this is the pattern as you see here. And then it was where it was actually moving to. I told them that we were already in, right? And then that was the analysis, guys. So basically, that is how you can do your analysis and get that kind of risk to ratio. And if I go back to my BTC analysis, you are going to see that this is exactly the trade here. This is the trade here that actually played out, and guys, that was more than 300 pips that was secured. And actually we took another trade too, but this one we are going to come to it later, right? So if you look at it now in this account, you are going to see that these were the two trades that I actually took, guys. And these trades that I took, guys, they gave me that. Now look at the entry price. Let me show you the entry price. This was the date, right? This was a 17, and then this is the date. Now this is the open price. The open price is at 57,831, right? 57,831. Let's go back to our chart and then look at the open price, so that you guys should know that I'm not just telling you something, but I've actually done it. So let's look at our chart. 57,000, right? So look at it here. This is the price here. 57,800. So it was basically somewhere up there. Okay, 57,000. So you don't need something, you don't need a magician to tell you that this is the range, this is roughly the range of the trade that we did. So I actually recorded the trade, but I actually when I went back to the software where I used to edit, I realized that I lost it, so I had to bring it back to you guys. So now if you look at it very well, you're going to see this around 57,800. This was the point. In fact, to be more precise, this is the point where we entered the trade here, right? 57,800, right? So if you look at this our challenge account, you are going to see this is 57,831, right? That we actually entered 57,000. So I took the two trades and all of that. Now the amazing thing about this is I actually I was on a 6,000 drawdown on this particular 100,000 prop firm challenge account. So I was on $6,000 drawdown, and I moved from $6,000 drawdown. I came back to the initial figure, guys. And you know what happened later on? I took the second trade on BTC. This was the second trade here, which gave me $9,000, right? This other trade gave me $9,000, and I was able to pass the account, the trading challenge. So I moved from $6,000 drawdown to passing the challenge, guys. Not to make the video too long, I'm going to explain this other entry setup in the next trade, so in the next video. So if you look at it, this is the trade I took. I actually took 3 trades afterwards. Now if you look at it, you are going to see that it was at a higher price. Is what it was at about, it was at 59,000 this time around, because it was at a higher price, and I was able to secure $9,000 on these 3 trades, and I went on to pass the challenge after having a $6,000 drawdown. Guys, we are going to explain this strategy, or we are going to do this analysis in the next video, and I'll do the same like I did on this one. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you found any value by hitting on the subscribe button and the notification bell, guys. See you in the next video. Make sure you